My name's Ahmose. This is Pointillism 101 with your boy. Think of it like Bob Ross, but a black guy with locks, not a white guy with an afro. I'm gonna set up my art real quick. I'm gonna get to it. Yeah, something new. Lock in with me. The easel. No, sometimes I like to paint standing. Really depends on the size of the canvas, but here we have one of my first landscape paintings that I've ever worked on. It's the city of Boston. Views from Cambridge, I like to call it. If you don't know, I'm from Boston, Mass. Roxbury to be exact. It's my hometown. Grew up on the East Coast, but now I reside in Los Angeles. Yeah. Oh shoot. It's too dark. Yeah, let's add some light. Obviously, as you can tell, a lot of this has already been worked on. Gotten the first layer down, kind of going from bottom up. So I've hit the water, and now we're kind of working on that bottom layer, which is the trees, the street road. Yeah, added a lot of details as well. The most important part to Pointillism is the tools and my specific tools that I like to use. A lot of people like to use pen. A paintbrush has different levels. There's a lot of different levels to it. Because it's so tedious and so repetitive, I like to use Molotow markers. It's my guys right here. Shout out to them. They've been supplying me with the necessary tools for years now. I'm not new to this. I'm new to this, but a lot of colors. These are acrylic markers, by the way. But yeah, let's get to it. Where do we begin? All right, I'm gonna cover up these trees. I tried to do like a leaf design with the colorful change of autumn, fall trees, but not really fucking with it. I'm gonna put it back. But yeah, if you ain't hear what I said, I wasn't messing with the design, so just gonna make it normal. Cover up, supporting. Happens though. All right, what do I need? I need a burgundy and a red. That's my red. That's brown. Where are you hiding? Where is you? Tough. All right, let's get to it. This is one of my first videos. I might as well get in the background of why do you do Pointillism, T? Why Pointillism, T? Like, this is such a long process. Like, bro, why would you do this? I discovered Pointillism when I was in high school. I want to say my junior year. I was taking Spanish class. Spanish 3, your boy, you know what I mean? It was nice, bilingual. I don't speak no Spanish though. But I did make the Spanish 3. And then Spanish 3, our teacher had us go over a lot of historic Spaniards, specifically artists. And during that class, in that year, I stumbled upon George Seurat. I hope I said his name wrong. George Seurat. He's a famous painter at that time. And one of his more recognizable pieces is a landscape as well, of a park with a bunch of people kind of just at a park doing park things, playing, dogs, you know, sitting there enjoying the view. But it's all dotted. It's all dots. And I really found that cool. And then from there, you know, I played around with it, the style, when I was doing a lot of customs at the time. I used to do a lot of custom jackets, custom hats, canvases, you know, for my friends mainly. They'd be like, yo, T, like, you know, create this for me. And I would, you know, whatever they wanted, I'd do that, but then I'll kind of put my spin on it with the Pointillism. And that's how we got here. Obviously I fell in love with the style the more I did it. And then I kind of just decided to get away from custom work and more just like really dive into this. You know, so that's how we got to Pointillism. That's why I do it. It brings me peace, even though it can be annoying. It literally can be painful to my arm to literally sit here and do this time over and again, but I like it. And it's like the finished product. Yeah, it's my shit. It's my shit. But yeah, today we're working on a landscape. Try to challenge myself, you know, and within art, you know, you always want to grow. You always want to continue to get better. This is one of my bigger challenges, is the landscape. I kind of want to do a couple of these, so this will be probably my next series. Will just be city skylines that I enjoy. Yeah. You know, a lot of people think that when you are making art, creating art, that you have to do it in a specific way. Like, you gotta use the easel. That's not true. It's not true, bro. I've painted on a couch. I've painted in my bed. I'll hug this piece while I'm working on it. I'll hang it while I'm working on it. I'll lay it down while I'm, you know what I mean? It's like you're making love. You're moving this so many ways. It's not a set. You don't just set it somewhere. And it's fun that way, you know? You gotta change your perspective sometimes too, to really grasp what you're creating. If you're kind of just looking at it one way the whole way, it's only gonna come out one way. So, change your perspective. That's the lesson. But Pointillism is a lot of layering, because I use a lot of colors. I'll do a layer, I'll have to sit, let that layer dry, and then move on. But I like this because while that's drying, I can take another color. So obviously I did the red, we're going to the orange. I gotta cover the orange up. And we used 2 color oranges, our light and our dark. Let's get it. It continues. I'm about to bring this shit close. Yeah, closer. 3 by 1. We're in some place, but I'm on this line. Dead to right. Now I'm left-handed, And sometimes I have to factor that in to the process of how I do art, because I don't want to smudge. Like if I'm working left to right, I'll like this will just be paint, all paint.